Um,
Oh, it started.
I just want to say Rainbow isn't.
Oh no. She'll be here, I'm sure. And I think it is starting. This streambot's going. That's good. Do we have sound?
Yes, we have some.
We are early. Let's do this. Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL. And we are here for the 100th live stream. So I know, right? I am I am absolutely amazed. We are joined obviously by my lovely wife Mandy. And yeah. Okay, so yeah, we almost have the whole gang. It looks like we're missing a rainbow, but yeah, we started a little bit early. There was so many people waiting. I felt like we should do this. So before we go anywhere, we still have the secret word game, and we're still waiting for a winner for this. So yeah, that's still a thing. One of these was made by myself, and the other was made by Minute Craft. And wait, I gotta click something first. Okay, this is Minute Craft's Instagram over here. So if you guys aren't already, you should go check it out and give her a follow because for as amazing of stuff as she makes, she really just doesn't have the followers to show for it. So this is kind of crazy. Um, so you definitely need to go check that out. Let's go back to this one. So yeah, so much going on. Yeah, let's start with me. I went out yesterday and did a bunch of walking, trying to clear my head. I've been so busy with the websites and everything else. I wanted a little bit of time out, and I have somehow messed up my foot. It feels like maybe the arch collapsed or something. I have no idea what's going on, but I'm hating it. It has been absolutely, today has just been the worst. So yeah, I'm not really thrilled with how that's going. So much for like exercising and doing the right things. But whatever. Yeah, hopefully we have a steadily functional Mandy cam. That would be good. All right. We still have to sort out these strings here. Yeah, it really does hurt a lot. It's gonna be pretty miserable. So that's one thing that's going on. And this just all started like this was, I went out yesterday and was down in the city area and hanging out and doing my thing. Only did like 12,000 steps, which for me is kind of like a, like, yeah, so what kind of thing. Like, that's not even a big thing. You can't childproof me. No, isn't that the truth? Oh my gosh. So, oh, this is another thing that happened this week. Check this out. I got my bracelet from Indonesia and it is pretty cool. And I have to say, the crazy thing is, it's so thin. It feels like cardstock. I have like a notebook that I keep track of my videos and stuff in, and it's got the same thickness as that book. It's so thin. Um, and so yeah, I haven't even like worn it yet. I've got it wet to see if it would like kind of loosen up and soften, but no, you can see it's like really stiff. And wasn't quite expecting that. But so this, so there's a little bit of drama going on. Let's go here. Do, 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 do. There, I just sent you his info. So yeah, just let him know. So yeah, that's some of the drama that's been going on. I just thought it was pretty hilarious. I couldn't believe that um, we would start some little price war between makers in Indonesia. But yeah, at half the price, it's really good. The problem is that they are in Bukit Tinggi, and now if the first guy was truthful about it, which he showed some pictures, that was about $17 Sing in shipping to get it sent to the US. He sent us a thing saying this was like the only way to get it to send to us.
To Singapore.
But that's more expensive than me sending something to USA. So I feel like there was some kind of, yeah, I don't know. I feel like we were lied to. Mandy seems to think that it was the truth and that was just the price of it and everything. But I kind of feel like maybe that's the only options at a place that only deals in overseas shipping kind of thing. And maybe he wasn't at the regular post office. I don't know. I don't know how it worked, but yeah. So I need this blue now. So yeah, so much going on. So many crazy, crazy, crazy things. But yeah, I think that's awesome. If my new craft, if you get that, that's awesome. Um, like I said, I told him that I would try to get it sold for him because he really seemed like kind of eager to make a sale. Cool. So, okay, so it's the solid color, the solid, then the lighter. So the bracelet we are working on, actually isn't even on my website. It is a variation on the diamonds and rainbows that I was doing before, except for this time, it's not a whole rainbow. It's just 3 colors. Well, 4 if you count the black. 3 colors in a hue. So yeah, this is this. A little bit tricky setting it up. Hey, rainbow's here. Oh yeah, that's a possibility. I hadn't thought about the lack of trust for the the local services. Wait, the first string was supposed to be black, not blue. That's a really good observation. Like that, I hadn't even thought about that. I just thought that we were somehow.
That's what I was trying to tell you.
I didn't understand. You didn't explain it to an idiot. So yeah. I don't think that counts, Phil. I didn't take a whole knot. I just got it out of sequence there. You can't have people passing out so early on in the stream. Oh man. So let's see what else has been going on. So the former president of the United States had to go do a mugshot, which was pretty humorous and blew up all across every social media I have. And now I just learned that that mugshot is being sold on his merch. So yeah, that's that's a thing. He's actually selling his own mugshot on merch. And I'm sure that that's, he's trying to raise money for his legal defenses and whatever else. But, oh, And he must be kind of concerned because I just heard that the Mar-a-Lago residence has actually been um, sold to his son. So, yeah, he must be expecting some something to go on there because, yeah, that's all happening as well. All right. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe I should add this pattern somewhere on my webpage because I don't know why it's not there. Oh no. Oh no. That sounds. Hopefully it's not hard for you to figure out back where you left off at, but yeah, that's yikes. Oh, sure. Okay. Do you mark off on your works to say like, okay, I'm done with this row, in some kind of fashion to make it so that way you can yeah. Like I've only had to do that on really difficult bracelets like this one. I was marking off every as I went along so that way I would make sure that I had like the right um number of knots and the right whatever going on with it. So like yeah. Yeah, house tigers is an awesome term. I like it. And it's such an interesting, funny, like almost a factual thing because when you think about it, like even like the smallest cat there is that's out there in the wild, they're a hunting machine. They dominate their prey. They're, even the house cat sized ones are smaller, dominate prey. And here we have them in our house, and of course they're going to be upset and angry because here they are a killing machine that we pick up and like nuzzle. Like they can't appreciate that. I am wearing my name bracelet. I've been wearing that for a long time. That's another one that's made by Minute Craft. I have another one that's actually, you can't see it, but I have well, I can bring it over here. I have this one, which is, I have this thing that like tells me what the day and the date is. It used to tell me the time, but the clock died. Um, and it covers the buttons on the top of it. So yeah. So Isabel, do well. I don't know if you have a computer. If you have a computer, you can open up a program like GIMP, and then you can actually use, like either the pencil tool or the paint bucket tool or whatever to sort of do the markings. That's how I was doing it. So yeah, yeah. I didn't know how to glue it onto the airplane trolley. It also meant that I would have to cut off the tassel bits, and I was just like, I don't. I have a hard time with actually like damaging a bracelet. Like that's just, it just seems cringe. Speaking of GIMP, is GIMP a bad word? Um, because, and I ask this, this is really weird. I was checking out the transcripts from the live stream and seeing like how, um, basically like how accurate is it? Because I was curious, like, can it translate and stuff? And, basically it was getting things like, when I do my intro and I say that this is AKA, or that I'm also known as AWOL, yeah, it got that all wrong. It got my newt craft. It turned it into my newt, which was, I thought was hilarious. Um, so yeah, it came up that when I had said GIMP, talking about the photo editing software, it bleeped it as if I had said something, a swear word. And I was just like, that's really, really messed up. Like, especially since I mention it in so many of my videos. And I've recently come to find out like that I have a number of people from other countries who actually watch my videos. So every single time I've mentioned the software that we're using, it's been bleeped is what I'm expecting. Like I haven't gone through the rest of the videos, to find out if it was bleeped or not. But if this is true, like everybody's like, he's using what? Why? What? It just, oh my God. So yeah, I have to figure out how to fix this because that's just, that's not good. It's stupid. So, okay, for the software, it stands for something. It's an acronym. It's GUI user interface something. I don't know. I'm guessing that they're just saying it because like Pulp Fiction, right? Like that was a thing in Pulp Fiction, right? Bring out the GIMP. But that's different. This is, yes, there you go. So yeah, I have to find a new way to introduce the software. Maybe I just pull up the name on the screen because yeah, apparently if you like you can swear in your videos, but if you use derogatory terms, you can be instantly demonetized. It's like, but it's an app. It's a really good free app. Like you can't do that. That's not cool. Not using a derogatory term. Right. Yeah, no, I get the whole idea like bullying is bad and I would never want to get into that kind of whatever, with my videos and stuff. Um, yeah, that's not even close to anything that I would want to do. My whole thing is because can you imagine like let's say every time I was trying to say Photoshop, And every single time I mentioned the software, it just bleeped it out so that way people that are trying to read it can't read it. I mean, that's how I feel like this is happening, and it's just so weird. Yeah, okay, so Phil's getting it from the pulp fiction because that was sort of the thing, that wasn't it? Yeah. So this goes straight across. Okay. So this is, can I bring this forward a little bit? There we go. This is such a darker bracelet than the rainbow versions of this. I don't know if you guys have seen this recently. This whole last week's worth of videos were me making the rainbow uh, versions of this, and yeah, this with the blues. Well, I guess we're doing the lighter blue now, but it just seems so much darker than the other ones. Right, right. I can't. I can't. GIMP is so infrequently used. You can't just say the G word and think that anybody is even going to know what you're talking about. It's not even. That's Today we'll be using the G word. uh, so I think when I designed the pattern for this, I hadn't figured out the colors. So the colors on the thing that I'm doing, I guess I can show you guys. Move it over here. Dusk. I did it in red, orange, and yellow. And obviously, I'm just working in 3 shades of blue. So I have no idea why I bothered doing it, not doing it in the actual colors I'd be using. Because it seems to me like that would make it just a little bit easier. I don't. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, so okay. Other interesting news. Back where I'm from, just had, I think it was a Thursday night. Now this is the part that really screws me up. It was Thursday night. Um, they had 7 tornadoes. Now I I'm an idiot. I'm over here. I'm smooth brain. Um, I don't remember tornadoes at night growing up. I remember them being this time of year. That makes sense. This is when the big storms and stuff come. But I don't remember tornadoes at night, and that just seems incredibly in Michigan. There was one towards Lansing and one out towards Grand Rapids, Grand River, Grand something out towards the western side. But there was like five of them kind of close to the Detroit area, like not too far from areas where I had lived. Um, and like I said, I don't remember there being tornadoes at night. Like that just seems super terrifying. Like it'd be one thing to lose your house in the daytime and then you still have a few hours to kind of pick up the pieces and figure out where you're going to go and do. But like if you're already like put the kids off to bed kind of stuff and like a tornado comes through, like that's super terrifying. I don't you guys are killing me. Yeah, the people that pronounce it like GIF, yeah, I think those are the psychopaths. Those are the ones that, there's something wrong with them. Or wait, GIF, GIF, GIF. I don't know. I've lost track of how I say it. I guess it's GIF. Maybe I'm a psychopath. Aw, it's cute when cats want so much attention that they try to interfere with our work. Yeah, it seems like the 4 p.m. like the afternoon thing, like that sounds about right. Like most of the times I remember as a kid, like having to go to the basement, it was afternoon. I don't I don't remember ever once being in bed and be like, oh nope, time to go downstairs, go into the basement instead. That's never that was never a thing growing up. So speaking of weather, what did you get like lots and lots of rain out there in Vegas? I was kind of checking out some of the various news agencies and stuff trying to see if there was any hoopla over there, and it seemed like nothing big happened. I don't know if there was flooding or East Coast there. Got negative rain. Yeah, like I said, I didn't see any flooding and big hooplas or anything. So yeah, I kind of figured it must have not been too bad. So this is one of the variations of what was the Blindside Creation number 2, um, which was one of the ones I didn't care for. I didn't like the way that there was like a weird uh, line in between the various boxes on one side and then not on the other. Like the inconsistency drove me nuts. So this was one of the early ones where I was like, I went to go to recreate it and accidentally did the box a little bit different. And so this one's got like the black diamond in the center of the box. And I was like, oh, this is interesting. This could be a whole separate kind of a pattern. And yeah, not bad. All right. Why am I suddenly thinking that Isabel sneezes the way I sneeze? Oops. Oh, so far, okay, so far we've had 2 more blindside creation patterns submitted by somebody other than Minutecraft. So, yay. That's part of sending out the request via a reel on Instagram. But I figure I might as well let you guys know over here. Still looking for more. All you have to do is tell me what the pattern number is, what website it came from, and the number of strings that it uses. And that way I can. Oh, and don't send the link, because if you send the link, I might get a little preview, which sort of takes the fun out of it. Um, but yeah, it's it's a thing. It's kind of fun. Ooh, Spike. That does seem. Aha. So the interesting thing about this pattern is, so this black line kind of completes that part of the diamond. And then this little bit that I'm about to work on, you'll see it basically um, is like a continuous kind of thing, because you can see above the diamond, you got the blues up here. And then this one here, this will go all the way across to the other side. That's kind of neat. Have you guys seen the Tom and Jerry in Singapore thing yet? Where um, Tom was trying to enjoy some Dren and um, Jerry was not having it because it smells so bad, and they fight, and all this nonsense happens, and in the end, Jerry ends up liking the stinky fruit. I was amazed. I couldn't believe like that was like if I had still been in Detroit, the whole thing would have not made much sense to me at all. I would not have gotten the whole thing. But being over here and knowing how much people love that stupid stinky fruit, it smells to me like really rotten, dirty socks. Like seriously, like the worst smell. It is, oh, it is the worst. And yeah, they made a cartoon with it. It's cute. Yeah, I tried it once and was just like, I'm not impressed. I'm not getting myself all like conditioned to whatever. Like coffee, right? You don't start off as a kid like going, "Ooh, coffee is amazing. I can't wait to be an adult and have that." It doesn't start that way. You slowly appreciate the fact that coffee will do this wonderful thing of waking you up. And so you kind of fall into the whole, yeah, sure, I'll have some of that. And eventually you kind of be like, you know what? I kind of actually like the way this tastes. I don't need to do that to a stinky fruit. There's no payout for it. There's no at the end of the day, I don't get it. Yeah. Yeah, I imagine. And of course, I don't think there was ever a time where it's been brought to Michigan. Like anywhere, I don't think there would have been a shop selling it. Because I'm guessing it's, because like getting it from like parts of Malaysia here to Singapore, you can do that in a day, so it can just be nice and fresh or whatever else. I don't think you could transport it, halfway around the world and expect it to still be in any kind of a, you know, quality whatever's. Mind you, I don't know. I don't know the fruit well enough to know that for sure. Mm. Wait, is that over in Discord? Yes. I know I have it open. Oh, oh, they're there. The cats are cute. The birds, they're what? Those are budgies? Is that what those are? I'm I don't know birds very well. I don't know and oh no, doing a whole row wrong, that would be bad. I like this ability, like the ability of having Discord to be able to share a thing and being able to check it out kind of midstream. That's awesome. Budgies, I was right. I had a budgie when I was a kid, and it got out of its cage. And mind you, this was probably kind of this time-ish of the year, maybe closer to September, getting a little more towards the autumn. And the damn somebody opened up the door between the living room and the kitchen area, and the bird had flown past there, and other doors at that point were open, and it made it outside and just kept going. And that was pretty devastating because, here's a bird that's been, food has just always been there, water's always been there, and it's eventually going to be winter, and they obviously probably don't know where to go for that. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's very unfortunate, but yes, that's yeah, it looks like you're already into where the pattern's doing stuff. Uh, I like how you're gonna blame the cat for it. That's Are parakeets and budgies the same thing? Oh, I heard about that, right? In London or something. They're like that's a thing. Like there's a whole boatload of them. What is Tim to you, sweetheart?
My cousin's husband.
Yeah. So cousin's husband was telling us about the uh the parakeets of London. And yes, same. Okay, so Samantha is here to let us know. This is awesome. We have like a new research department apparently. So the neat thing about this pattern is that because we are just doing the three colors with the black background, is that the center parts of the diamonds, this one is the light blue, and this over here is the darker blue. And I think it looks awesome. That's a really good look. I like this. Oh, wait. Check this out, guys. This I actually redid the image earlier today, um, where it was like 190 something, but it just like about a half hour before the stream started, it jumped up again. And so yeah, we've crossed like a new little threshold. Like every time we cross like an extra 100 watch hours, I get all excited. So yeah, you guys are doing an amazing job. Keep watching playlists. There's new playlists that was suggested last week, and I tried to actually create some. So yeah, we have now ones for every time I've been making patterns, which I didn't go through and add the live stream ones because I don't necessarily know where they all are. I do know there's one. I know that the very first live stream. Oh, that was. I forgot something. So, I was going to wear this because this was the hat that I was wearing early in the first live streams. And I had it set aside. And I forgot all about it. I got all excited as we were like getting the Mandy cam working. And yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Everybody needs to keep chatting because we have the secret word game. This is super cool stuff, man. The top bracelet was one made by me, and the other one was made by Minute Craft. So yes, please do chat and win. I don't, you know what? I need to have like a Wikipedia page for like information about various things. Like honestly, I don't know how many weeks we've been waiting to actually win these bracelets, but it feels like a really long time. I just it's it's been a while for sure. All right, so that did the 3 knots. Now it's the dark. Oh, and for anybody who's been feeling a little bit nostalgic for the whole making bigger projects on the live streams, rest assured, we're working out a pattern for doing a bag, and that should be what we have next week. So that's kind of a thing. Yeah, I honestly I have no idea how long it's been. It's been a while. Why is this up so back? Um, yeah, I need to. I wonder if I can find. I was gonna say from the transcripts, but we did um, we did collaborations before this one, so I don't think that I can necessarily use the transcripts to find out when this series started. So yes, yes, it will be a smaller bag. It's a 96 string bag, which are the small ones, but they're still cool. Yeah, it's definitely been over a month for sure. Confirm. I wonder. I don't see if I've been smart about it. I could have posted the image to Instagram and then I would be able to look up the date. That would have been really clever. See, I have great ideas. They're just, late. So most of the videos now have um, summaries that we're actually from taking the transcripts and having an AI try to do summaries of it. And I don't know if any of those times in the summaries, if it mentions there having been a winner. So I don't know. So this goes over that. Trades. You get bigger prizes, sweetheart. You get me. Yeah, up until she actually found out that the prize was me, then it was like, oh, the disappointment set in. That's all. Yeah, we have an election going on over here in Singapore, and I have to say, man, there's a stark difference between an American election and a Singaporean election. First off, the president isn't like super powerful. I don't even kind of understand what they do per se, but they're still contribute whatever and make suggestions and do stuff. So they're still a thing. We have three guys running for it, and this one dude, he just keeps getting weirder and weirder and weirder. Apparently, for no reason, he took to TikTok and started talking about the pretty girls here and how pretty girls like being called pretty girls and how they thank him for it and how I don't know, it just got really cringy and weird and stuff. And this guy wants to be the president. Like I am holy smokes. Crazy, crazy stuff. Oh, and they've chosen symbols for their candidacies. Like the one guy that I think seems pretty cool, he chose a pineapple, which is sort of like a I don't know, like the gold color means wealth or something in like Chinese, whatever, because like that's kind of a big thing at like Chinese New Year. But these other guys, one's got like it looks like a hand with like a heart in the palm of it, which is again, I've never seen an election where you create an icon for your thing. And the other guy, his thing is just, oh my God. Wait, can I pull this up? Let's see. All right, can I slide this over? Because you can't see the one. Let me move this. What is that last one? Like, that just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, these are the symbols these guys chose. And I am absolutely, I can't even, it looks, yeah, the last one, I don't know. That there's, it's almost obscene. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Is that what it is? Okay, so that sort of makes sense, I guess. I mean, is there really that many people who can't read? I, I'm just confused. Yeah, there's like a nuclear atom thing floating above stuff. I don't know. All right, let's bring it back in one more time. I'm I'm gonna have to say I kind of side with Mandy on this one. There's something, yeah, yeah. And then okay, so the nuclear thing sort of looks also a little bit like a mandala flower kind of thing, like I would try to draw that. So yeah, I don't know. Yep. Uh, yeah, we are definitely demonetized for sure this time. That's just uh, it'd be funnier if that was the symbol of the guy with the whole, oh, so dude gets called out for his whole pretty girls thing, and he's like, instead of being like, I'm sorry, maybe you're right, maybe that's like the kind of talk that you just have with the boys and you don't share with the whole world. He instead doubled down and said that he thought that maybe it was the not pretty girls who are making all the fuss and complaining about his comments. Which that didn't go over very well. Oh my god. And that's the same guy, right? That's that feels that Singaporeans want a a blue blood Singaporean elected to be president, which he then had to be explained that blue blood meant royalty, and he meant that no, that he's not really royalty, that he's just born here, and that his wife was born here, and that somehow made him extra special. Yeah, yeah, that's a possibility. I don't know. It can't. Oh, I think he was the same one too, who was like he wasn't going to answer certain questions at a press conference, and he got really uppity about it, and then so he somebody else started asking him a lengthy question. Meanwhile, the dude is staring at his phone, and she gets done with this like long spieled whatever, and he like, look, oh, what did you ask? Like, oh my god, like that was wow. Crazy, crazy stuff. Mind you, our election season is like really short too. Like Americans, they like start almost immediately when one
because
election
this
ends.
isn't the government. Different.
Yeah, but you guys don't like start, you know, saying who the candidate is immediately once the election ends. Like, okay, so I'm going to be there for the next time. That's an American thing, like for sure. Like people start winding up immediately. Oh, because my pattern is just a JPEG, it's opened in something other than Chrome, which means I can't use the little bar on the side to see like kind of where I am in perspective to the overall thing. Yeah, that's kind of cool. That's something America could do. Turn turn election day into a public holiday so that way everybody gets the opportunity to go out and vote. They don't have to like try to work around their work hours or whatever. They can just get out there and go do the thing. I wonder if that would create a bigger turnout or how that would how that would work. But I think it would be good. I'm not sure how I feel about that. So you can't drink on election day. That's that's kind of interesting. I mean, but obviously you can buy alcohol the day before. That's the one thing I never understood in Detroit. Like when I was in Detroit, if I remember going over to the party store at like 11 a.m. and there is like a line of people waiting, and I'm like, oh, do I need to get behind this line? Like I just need cigarettes. They're like, no, 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 they're all waiting for noon to buy their alcohol. You know, um, but things like cigarettes, whatever, you could totally just get whenever. and just like, holy crap, like what you didn't know that you couldn't have alcohol on a Sunday morning? You couldn't just buy a little bit on Saturday? And like I just never, yeah. Right. Maybe that's the whole thing. They don't want the people to actually do regular jobs to like actually show up and vote because like then that might not go well for whatever party made up the stupid rules and don't do it. Right. Yeah, you probably can't actually do the act of voting pickled, but you know. Yeah. That was what I was picturing. Like you get done voting and then you got the rest of the day off. Might as well go have yourself a drink. Pickle Rick. I have a Pickle Rick t-shirt saying something about the harder way of getting out of um, family counseling. Oh, so earlier this week, I was listening to a song. Well, it somehow got stuck in my head. I think it was something about um, the whole answering machines and stuff. I was remembering like how I used to have like really cute answering machines, things like with people called. Like I had this one where it's, I may be here, I may be gone, but I've turned my answering machine to on. Leave a message, it would be swell. If you don't, you can go to beep. You know, I would just come up with like these weird whatevers and stuff. So yeah. Anyways, um, I got this song in my head, and it was I had to look it up because I couldn't remember what the name of it was. I think it's called Spiderweb. I've already forgotten the name of the song because it led to a rabbit hole. The song is by No Doubt, and I'm like, wait, who is that again? And I'm like, oh, that's Gwen Stefani. And like, oh, right, I'm. She went on and did stuff after being in No Doubt, No Doubt. Um, but then on this page where there's Gwen Stefani, there is like other people that you would look up, and it was Blake Sheldon was on there, and I'm like, what's the connection there? Like that doesn't make any sense. And I found out they're married. Like, what the hell is that? Like this. Yeah, I can't picture those two together. It doesn't make any sense in my head. I'm traumatized. And of course, I've had this discussion with Phil already. It's funny he's wandered off, but yeah, I was the kind of picture like in my head for like what Blake Sheldon, what his wife should look like. I was thinking like I don't know, Marjorie Taylor Greene or Kellyanne Conley. Yeah, I don't know. Just, uh, I even told you, Phil, like that. Go touch this guy. That's funny. Um, that I was going to talk about this on the stream because it traumatized me that badly. Um, we still have a little ways to go on this. Yeah, you got to watch your spelling there. So 100th live stream, I really kind of wanted to do something crazy, fun, and different, and I don't know what. I couldn't think of anything. Like honestly, I I thought about trying to like do clips from like some of the earlier streams and stuff, but then I couldn't figure out like how to get segments of video. Um, it's either you download the whole thing or you get nothing. Like there's no easy way of doing that. Yeah, I don't know about his politics, but yes, country music, which tends to be in America. Like if you're into the whole country thing, then you're that sort of you're kind like there's that have you I don't know if you guys heard it. There's a song in America about try that in a small town where they actually did some of the video in in very controversial places and um basically implying that you don't try doing a Black Lives Matter protest in a small town because bad things will happen to you kind of stuff. Like just really kind of grim things. And it's country music. And this is the kind of stuff that you kind of come to expect in America. It's just really bad. Oh yeah. Last week I had the high tech nail. And now I have that song stuck in my head again. Leave a message and I'll call you back. And it's all yours. It's that is it. Never did. I meant to have a thing working on the stream. Um, And I just realized I never actually finished it. There was supposed to be a thing where the subscribes and buy at the shop and all that stuff was supposed to automatically work. And I never got it working. I forgot all about it. I worked on it earlier this week and then got distracted. There's been like so many ideas. I've Heck, I just spent the majority of today going through. Um, so basically, WhatsApp will let you now send messages to yourself. And so every time I see an idea of something that seems like, oh, that would be good for the stream or whatever, I send myself a message to check it out later or do the research and find out. And like there were some um there was some about like things where you can have AI help you create shorts out of your after out of your already created long content, which I really wanted that for the live streams because that's really really long content. If there's something funny that would make for a fun short or an Instagram reel, having an AI do it, that would be awesome. But one of the big things with every single one of the platforms that does it was the problem that they limit how many hours of um live stream you can actually upload. And yeah, most of it was kind of short. Like they're expecting it just to be regular small videos or whatever. And my live streams are usually at least 2 hours. And so, and the cost of these things, like 30, 40, $50. I was just like, nope, can't do that. So yeah. Of Western movies. Why Western movies? Hmm. So for the most part, I'm not doing any kind of zigzag knots where I don't need to. Primarily like on these black strands here. And one of the things I'm noticing is that this one that sort of does the long row seems to be getting used a heck of a lot more than most of the other ones. So I guess I can kind of justify the whole um, having longer cut strings when this kind of thing happens. I guess I can see that. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I I wasn't sure if we were going to do the technology for this one or not, and ended up um I ended up not. I thought about it. I did. It was a fun bit. And yeah, I don't know. Phil is ever watchful for that, is he? Like seriously. Wait, did you see what she's drinking from over there? Is that yeah? So you know what I'll be having after the live stream is over. It's in the freezer waiting for me. Typically Saturday's pizza day, but we had Burger King instead. Mind you, it has been mooncake season around here, which are these like wonderful Singaporean things that have like this lotus paste inside of it, and it's kind of like a nutty, nice thing. I don't know. I am not good with the words in the describing things, but they're yummy and I love them. And there has to be at least what, 8 boxes or more sent to us?
More,
More? 10?
at least.
So yeah, we've had mooncakes, and that has been my snack thing here. But they're even the lotus paste is sort of like a, I don't want to say peanut buttery, but it's kind of like a kind of in that range, kind of like a, like how would you describe the flavor of a mooncake?
Mm.
Yeah, those are nice. Yeah. Yeah, if you want some nice boxes, I'm sure we can pass you a few. We've got a little collection going on over here. Yeah, I see. Okay, the egg yolk ones are the ones that I don't like. That's the ones that I avoid. I don't like that because that's yeah, yeah, we've had some of those. Yeah. And I have to admit, there are some like the non-traditional ones that I've enjoyed. Um, what was the one that I made you buy that one year, honey? That was
The orange juice.
yeah, those are good. What was the one from before that? The from Takashima thing or whatever.
Chestnut.
Chestnut. Those are good too. See, she can remember food. I don't know how.
Occupational hazard.
All right, let's see. This is yeah, but she can I can tell her, oh, do you remember the hotel we were at that had you know, such and such of this, and there was that, and the walls had this on it, and there was the painting of something, and go through like all the details of all the things. Nope, no idea. What did we eat? I don't know. I seldom ever. If I have even a hint of whatever kind of food was there, it suddenly, oh yeah, that was it. Such and such. Like immediately knows it. Like it's so weird. I don't know how she does it.
Filing system.
Oh shoot! I bumped my mouse and my picture just zoomed out. Where at was I? Here. Okay. Yeah. When it comes to food, so tell them about how you know other languages, sweetheart. Like she knows Chinese, English, whatever, but she knows extra dialects when it comes to food. Hey, what the heck? Oh, my headphones are completely drained, and I have no idea how that's even possible. I put them on the charger the other night. That sucks. Hang on. Yeah, because Malay food is bagus. Bagus. Rainbow, all you have to do is like look at the pictures and then tell them that you want, I'll take the number 3. So yeah. Bagus. Ba. Hey, when I say bagus, people in Malaysia are like, good enough. We get it. That's awesome. You tried, you know? They're all excited that the Americans trying. Uh, yeah. So yeah, true story, Rainbow. In the early days, I stayed quite a ways from here. I was down in the Lavender area, and I would do the thing where I'll order the number 3, and Mandy'd be like, "What did you have?" I'm like, "I have no idea." Well, what kind of meat was it? I have no idea. Like, Was it good? Yes, all right. I mean, I would have literally no clue what the hell it was. Yeah, mystery meats. And the bonus is, of course, like I like spicy food, so like there's no chance of accidentally ordering something and being like, dying because I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, Rainbow, yeah, I think you would have fun over here. There's lots to do, lots to see. Um, there's the stuff that like all the tourists are into that you can go check all that stuff out. But like there's a whole bunch of other like really neat stuff as well. So nice. It's nice to know that it's not just me. Wow, so the rainbow's been checking into it. Cool. I can't tell if she's joking or not. I don't I Yeah, I kind of knew Mandy would go for that. Mandy likes that one. Yeah. That's what I read first too. Uh, Okay, so that has reminded me. Earlier, I saw something about there was a Greek goddess of friendship, but all of her siblings were like the worst. Oh, see, now I want to look that one up again. Wait, can you look that one up, Mandy? Who was the siblings of the goddess of friendship? Because, making friendship bracelets, right? Friendship comes up, you're like, oh, check that out. And then, yeah, like, what? That was so messed up.
Philotis?
What's her name?
Philotis?
Okay.
And her siblings were doomed violent death.
There's two more, right?
Uh, death and I don't know. What's this?
Yeah. She pretty much. Hey, Dex made it. All right. There's somebody from Detroit. That's way cool. Hello. Good morning. Yeah. So basically, the goddess of friendship was like the odd one out in the family. Like that just absolutely killed me when I saw that. Like that was just too funny. So, Mandy, you know who that is, right? He's the
Mm-hmm.
the painter dude that
Mm-hmm.
yep, yep. Okay. That's way cool. So yeah, Dex, you made it for the 100th live stream. So that's kind of neat. So for anybody else watching this, Dex makes amazing art and sells like really cool paintings and stuff. He also does some really cool stuff like signage for various whatever. Like most of them look like stuff that you would see at like the Renaissance festivals and that kind of stuff, which is way cool. I've thought if it wasn't for the fact that shipping would be an absolute logistic nightmare, I thought it would be fun to put something back here on the wall with a big AKA wall thing back there. But um, getting something like that sent would be like crazy stupid. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty amazed. Yeah, I thought about this too. Like the next time we hit like when we say hit 200, right? You're talking almost 2 years from now because we just do live streams like, once a week, right? So there's 52 weeks in a year. It'll be almost 2 years from now before the next time like we hit like at the 200th live stream. You're We need like a counter for the oops in the videos because we'll hit like 200 of those way faster. I don't know if you guys have been catching this, but in my videos, um, yeah, apparently I say oops a lot, and that's become kind of a thing. Except for I don't have the little pop-ups on the screen every time I say oops here. And I didn't oops, I just said it. Oops, I did it again. Sir oops a lot. I have the best people here following me. Okay, so yes, let's do this again. We have the chat and win secret word game. Basically, if you talk in the chat, you might say the secret word, and the bot will tell you that you've won. And yeah, we have a bot. The bot's cool. You can ask. Oops. Hitting wrong buttons here. The bot, you can ask the bot the magic 8 ball questions, and it does stuff. Ooh, that's kind of an idea there. I hadn't thought about the idea of the canvas idea. That's kind of cool. 'Cause I was picturing like paint is sort of like like if you paint on something, it turns sort of stiff or whatever. But yeah. Yeah, so the funny thing what they're joking about is that this trying to guess the right word or whatever has been kind of an ongoing thing. And I can't give hints because I know for a fact if I even try to hint towards it even remotely, I'll be basically giving it away. So yeah, that's just not. Ah. Yeah, so Dex, you've fallen into the food portion of our hangout thing here, where for some odd reason it just seems to be a thing where they just get themselves more and more hungry because they keep talking about all the things they like. Yeah, well, I had Burger King tonight, which was nowhere near as good as the Shake Shack burger I had yesterday. So, and yeah, Shake Shack may not have the Hershey pie, but they've got a delicious vanilla shake, which I love. Yeah, I've got my Hershey pie waiting on me. Because basically, by the time that I get done with these streams, I typically am kind of hungry again. So yeah, that's kind of nice. Mind you, I'm pretty well behaved. Like, so I was down at like Suntech and enjoying my uh, Shake Shack burger and the shake or whatever. But they have a Burger King as well. Like I could eat the burger and my drink, and then go up to Burger King and get myself the Hershey pie. But I never do it because I kind of feel like that's just a lot of calories. And yeah, they really are good cheeseburgers. They really, really are. And yeah, I do think it is like probably the best burger I've eaten. There's something about it. There's just like the right amount of fat or something that just makes them really so good. Yeah, don't go giving my wife weird lunch ideas because then I'm the one who suffers. Seriously. I could I could just eat, like a regular what's my noodle dish that I like?
Minced meat noodles.
Yeah, I could eat that daily and for some strange reason I don't get it very often because people have given her ideas and then I brought home a flyer that came in the mail for some ramen noodle thing. And the very next day, what did we have for lunch? Fucking ramen noodle. And I'm like, I knew immediately, like yep, yeah. Whoa, we got somebody from India. That's way cool. Hello, namaste. That's awesome. Hey, wow. We're expanding in the world now. This is awesome. Wait, how many people do we have? Is there eight? Is it eight? Is that what this is? That's awesome. Okay, so this is bracelet 1 for the night. Let me grab the string for bracelet 2 and see what we can do with it. Yeah, it says there's 8 viewers. Oh, and if you guys haven't already, hit the like button. It'll help YouTube to help more people to see this. That would be helpful. Ooh, that is awesome. Way cool, way cool. Okay, that hurt. I got hit with the fat joke. All right. Wait, is this for me? This is the other one? Oh. Okay, so this pattern. Oh, hey, the things are working. Oh, that's weird. I checked earlier. I thought I had this whole thing all turned off. Can I turn? It's doing the color effects. We have remnants from last week's thing. Hang on, let me go back to the do with Mandy. Is it still doing it? No, it's just. Oh, it's on the. Oh, it is doing it. It's totally doing it. Oh, that's psychedelic. I don't know if I can turn that off. Hmm. Oh, that's so weird. We have. So last week I had the special effect where my thumbnail was changing colors and stuff. And in order to pull off the special effect, um, yeah, but see, I attached it to the camera source. And if I go to the camera source, it's going to do that whole thing where all the sounds come in. Mm, no, the eyeball's attached to that. These are all, they're nested scenes. Hmm. Trying to think of how to do this. Hang on. All right, we're gonna lose sound for just a second, I think. Do, 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 do. Yeah, this is a good thing why you're over there now. Okay, so I had to turn off all the sound effects to try to abrupt it, but that still kind of came up. But now the effect is gone. Yeah. All right, so now let's show you what pattern we're working with. Let me zoom in a bit. So this is similar but so different. So the boxes are way smaller, and then it's got this line here that does the whole between where the boxes are, but it's above and below the boxes, which makes this actually better than the original one that we went from. So yeah, sorry about the sound effects. Hey, tell Keith I say hello. And he's working at Square Nuts. Well, that's awesome. These aren't square nuts. I'm not sure what these nuts are though. All right, so now I have to figure out, there should be 3 shades of the green. So this is the dark. I think we're gonna go with the dark soft to the left again. So basically to do that, I have to actually trade the darkest colors to go to the left and then the lighter colors to go to the right. But wait, something's wrong. No, there's something wrong with this. I might not be able to actually do this one. There's only one strand of this color. Oh, I remember what this one is. This is the nightmare one. Oh. Yeah, this does only have one strand. Okay, wait. This has to go to this side. So this gets... Oh, this was... So this light goes over to this side. This goes with the dark. And that means 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Versus 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's an extra one of these. Oh. This is what I get when I like design patterns so far in advance, is I forget the little details. Like, oh man. Hey, working on Halloween. That's fine. Autumn's coming. I'm totally... Oddly enough, speaking of Halloween, Singapore sort of has its sort of Halloween thing going on right now. So in America, you have Halloween is one night and all the ghosts and stuff go out and do their thing for one night. And yeah, that's Halloween. Here in Singapore, we have the 7th lunar month, where it's a whole month of the ghosts running around and doing their things. And people get kind of weirded out during this whole month. Like, they don't, like, this is the month you don't get married. This is the month that you don't do a whole lot of whatever because it's spooky, scary. And it's the same premise. The dead have left whatever, you know, hell or whatever. Yeah, Hungry Ghost Festival. So yeah, during this month, if you hear your name from behind you, you dare not turn around to look to see what it was, because it could be one of these ghosts there's like all kinds of like these kind of superstitions and stuff. But um so like in America, we have one night of ghosts. You dress up as scary as you can and you try to get them to go away. Here, the ghosts are around for a month and you feed them and you give them money and you do all this stuff. It's so weird. It's so different. Yeah. But they also burn a lot of like the incenses and stuff, which for me absolutely sucks. I hate all of the burning. It messes with my sinuses. It messes with my lungs. It's horrible. I hate it. But other than that, yeah, we, we've had people. I had this guy approach me like, "Can you see that old lady over there?" Like, yeah. Oh, thought it was a ghost. Like, just some poor old lady out late in the evening, and yeah, he thought it was a ghost. Yeah, weird stuff, man. Crazy stuff happens this time of year. We had one guy had to walk him to the street because he smelled um and we suspect it was the pandan, but he smelled the smell of the flowers or whatever, freaked out and didn't want to be left alone and had us escort him up to where there were traffic lights and things because he was too scared. So yeah, this is the kind of stuff you get in the seventh month, which is like right now. Mind you, after this comes like the really cool mid-autumn festival where there's the moon cakes and there's the kids with the little lanterns running around and things are awesome for that. But yeah. Isn't that this one?
What's this one?
The what my new craft said. The fringe of whatever thing.
Frangipani?
Yes.
The flower.
This one.
Yes.
That's what I
Yes.
said.
That one.
This one. Where's the other? Ah. Yeah. It was a grown dude, too scared. Like, he was really terrified. He needed us to stop what we were doing and help him get to the road because he was on a park connector and the smell got him. And we know that area, like we passed by there a whole bunch of times, and the smell is actually pandan, which is a lovely smell. Like that's Pandans are great. I love them. But I guess maybe the fragrance was really strong, and that caught him off guard and had him freaking out. Yeah, but I can say it's a desert rose. That's what everybody else calls it. That's nice. Yeah. But it's got to be like in Chinese and it's got to actually say that right there. Taja Baba. There's parts of Singapore that I can't pronounce. And yeah, I kind of make it a point to like just go out of my way to just show how badly I can't pronounce them. So yeah. All right. Yeah, so for to make this particular pattern work, and I have no idea why, this one particular string down the middle had to be all by itself. Like I tried reworking this pattern, and no matter how I tried it, there was no alternative way of actually doing this. Um, and the funny thing was, is like kind of going into this, part of like um, the whole thing was I knew that there was this distinct possibility that one of these patterns might not work out. And the fact that this one did work out was interesting enough. But then um, it only just works out. It's like this really strange um, like I can't even explain it. Like it's just let's see. So this goes across that. Yeah, this one. So the last one I did, um, nice long rows, things are straight, things are easy, pretty not so bad. This one is sort of like that opposite. It's also weird that I put the yellowish one as the single. I kind of, that's a little bit weird. Burger King needs to start paying me then. Yeah, so basically, in order for this pattern to work, um, I think the white colors that are on the right hand side of this middle color stay to the right, and the ones on the left stay to the left. And there's like basically the way that it's zigzagging back and forth. It's sort of, yeah, it's so weird. All right. Good night, Minecraft. Take care. So that was that one. So yeah, there's like a certain element where um, I'm having to mentally kind of keep track of exactly where I am in the pattern itself because yeah, I have to like watch the direction of every single knot because it's not like the last one where I could just take that stuff for granted. This is so much harder. Oh, Rainbow, did you see the other day I discovered that I could open up the tabs on my computer to see what I had open on my phone, and there was like 50 tabs. And I was pretty sure that some of them were about researching things that, I was trying to learn for, my website. And so I didn't want to just delete everything. And so that's why I wanted to open it up on the computer so I could kind of dissect and figure out if I needed bookmarks or whatever. And it was weird because I started with the oldest ones first, and it was like, oh, I remember that. Oh, that was a news article I looked up, and oh, that was a thing. And, there was just, it was so much unnecessary things. Yeah. So basically, you can, if you have Chrome and a whatchamacallit, Android phone, you can open up the tabs that you had on your phone on your computer. So yeah, that's what that was. Crazy. Now, unless you live in New Orleans, then it's every day. Wait, which ones? I, I don't think I have been to quite a number of the United States. Like I've been to Florida and Georgia and everything. I've never been to New Orleans. Does it? I didn't know you could do that with Firefox. But yeah, yeah. So I've been looking up a lot of stuff, trying to find ways to help promote the web page, to promote my shop, to promote all my stuff there. And yeah, as a result, there's been just an absolute ton of research and trying to see what apps can do things and trying to figure out SEOs and all that kind of stuff because I know that I haven't been really good about any of that. So yeah, been crazy. Yeah, I'm probably going to end up tying this live stream to the whole playlist for the rainbows and diamonds and stuff, just because these patterns are basically the kind of same. They're, except for the fact that I just didn't use rainbow. I just used fewer colors. But yeah, I made this. This is like the third one, I think. This is just uh, slight change from the third one. Trip sitting. That sounds that sounds like a career one could have out in Colorado now that they've legalized mushrooms. Trip sitting. Yeah, those days are so far behind me. Oh my God. Here in Singapore, they like just executed people for like possession. So like I am like super straight and narrow now. Yeah, really starting to look at these colors I chose and like wonder what I was thinking when I did it. Because yeah, I don't know. So yeah, so this white string here, right? This is going to go off. It's going to be bounced off to the left, and then the next one is going to get it and bounce it back to the right. Like it just zigzags. Um, Again, this whole thing just came down to it was the only way that I could get the strings to have the colors where I wanted the colors to be. It's so weird. And I think I may have discussed this in some of the other making it videos. Like these patterns here, they're so intense, like as far as like the level of concentration for me to like make sure that I'm not making mistakes on this stuff. Hey, take care, Dex. It doesn't feel like these bracelets are worth the effort. Like there is so much harder than most anything else I do, and I don't think anybody else that's looking at buying them would look at this and be like, oh yeah, that's definitely worth more, that's way harder. They're not gonna know. Thank you, Dex. Go have fun and tell Keith I say hey. So, longtime viewers of my videos will know that that was the Keith we're talking about is the same as in K is for Keith, which was the can that I made, sort of like I made him something like this, except for it had the letter K in it, which was pretty complicated and kind of cool. This comes down this way. Something's... Something's wrong. This came down to there. That came there. I've done something seriously wrong. I have no idea what it is. My brain's not letting me process this at all. If this is this one, this is this. There was supposed to be another row up here. Oh, okay. So I have a big whoops, and I'm gonna have to take out a bunch of stuff here. So I am yeah, we are go have shots. I'm going to give up on this for tonight. I'll finish it tomorrow. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. It's been a fun live stream. This one really, yeah, I blew this one. So but yeah, it's past midnight, and obviously I'm tired, and this one is just a little bit too much for me. So before I go, I do want to thank my Patreon supporters who make live streams and my videos and stuff possible. I can't do it without them. So thank you guys so much for all your help. And yeah, this is wow. Yeah, it's just too late, and I'm tired. It's been a long day. So thank you guys again. 100 live streams. Here's have a drink to the next 100, and